biology class. Today we are going to discuss about vertebrata, that is chordata. Chordata are one of the types of animal kingdom. Chordata possess three important fundamental characteristic features. They are: the animal have notochord, dorsoventral nerve cord is present, pharyngeal gill slit is present. So these are the fundamental characteristic features of chordata. So based on the division, it divides into three types. They are urochordata, cephalochordata and euchordata or vertebrata. Urochordata, U-R-O, it means tail. The notochord which present in the larval stage of organism present in the tail. So we will be calling the notochord present in the tail. So that represents urochordata. Cephalochordata, cephalo, it means head. The notochord present from the head region. So that is considered to be cephalochordata. And next one is vertebrata. So vertebrata is the true chordata where it possesses the vertebral column and the notochord. So these are the important features about phylum Chordata. Now we are going to study about the vertebrata. So the vertebrate animals possess, they are considered to be triploblastic animal. Triploblastic, that is the three germ layers are present: outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm and inner endoderm. And they are true coelomates. There will be like coelomic cavity which is present in it. And they are bilateral symmetry in some cases. And the most important feature is about they are warm-blooded and cold-blooded animals. So warm-blooded are known as what? Amothermic. And other one is poikilothermic. So amothermic is nothing but the warm-blooded. So the body temperature is maintained. So whatever the temperature is outside, the body temperature is maintained at constant value. Poikilothermic refers to the cold-blooded animals. So the cold-blooded animals depends upon the temperature, depends upon the environment, the organism change its temperature. That's it's called as poikilothermic. So poikilothermic, the examples will be class pieces. And another one important features about in this vertebrata, they are viviparous, oviparous or ovoviviparous. So what is viviparous? The animal which give birth to the young ones. Oviparous, the animal which lay eggs. Ovoviviparous. Ovoviviparous is nothing but there will be the two types, that is the oviparous as well as the viviparous characteristic features gets evolved. So the animal lays egg, but inside the animal, inside the parent, the animal starts grow. That is considered to be ovoviviparous. So example will be sharks and snakes, etc. Vertebrata are further classified into two types. They are agnatha and other one is nectostomata. Agnatha is referred to the organism which bears the jawless mouth. That is, the jaw is absent in agnatha. Agnatha. Necta refers to jaw. A refers to absent. Under that agnatha, there is a class called cyclostomata. So cyclostomata is nothing but the animal bears a mouth, the circular mouth is present and there is no jaw. So the example will be the petromyzon will be the best example for the class cyclostomata. And next one is nectostomata. Nectostomata refers to the animal bears the jaw. Again, this classified into two types. They are class Pisces and other one is class tetrapod. So class Pisces, the example will be the fishes. And class tetrapod. Tetra refers to four. Pod refer to leg or limbs. The animal bears the limbs. So class Pisces bear the fin. Class Tetrapod bears the limbs. Under the class Tetrapod, tetra 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first one is class Amphibia. Second one is class Reptilia. Third one is class Aves. And fourth one is class Mammalia. All these four subdivisions comes under the class Tetrapod. Again, here in class Pisces, the animals are divided into two types. One is chondriocytes and other one is ichthyosites. Chondriocyte fishes or cartilaginous fishes. The cartilaginous bones are present in this organism particularly. So the cartilaginous is easily flexible. Even in class Mammalia, we the Homo sapiens have the cartilaginous bones here, in ear and nose. There will be the flexible bone. But here the bone which cannot be bent. There is no elastic in the wrist and all. But in chondriocytes fishes, so the bones are elastic. It can be easily flexible. So only we will be calling that as the chondriocytes. And next one is ichthyosites. Istio refers to the bone. So the animal which possesses a strong bones. So all these we are going to discuss now. The class Pisces, class Reptilia, class Amphibia, class Aves and class Mammalia. So vertebrata, the animals with backbone. So the first we are going to discuss about the class Pisces, that is the example is fishes. So they possess a cold-blooded, they breathe with the gills, they lay eggs. So only we will be calling that as the oviparous, and they have fins. And next one is class Amphibian. So class Amphibians are cold-blooded, breathe with lungs and gills. The smooth, moist skins, no scales are present. And the amphibians, they lay eggs. They are considered also to be the oviparous. And next one is class Aves. Example is bird. They are warm-blooded. They lay eggs. And they were included under oviparous. And the most important features about the bird is they have feathers and wings. 2 legs are present. They breathe with the lungs. They have the bills and beaks. The mouth is modified as bills and beaks. Next one is class Reptilia. Example is snakes. They are cold-blooded animals. They breathe with lungs. They also lay egg, and the body possessed with dry scaly skins in Reptilia. And last one is the class Mammal. They are warm-blooded. So they have air. They will produce milk to the young one when at the time of they give birth to the young ones. So what's special feature about class Mammalia is mammary gland is present with teeth. So they have air or fur. They breathe with lungs. See, if you take in this flow chart, there will be the distinguish between start from the class Pisces and ends with the class Mammalia. Class Fish possess fins. Class Bird possess feathers. Class Amphibia possess what? They possess moist skin. Reptilia, they possess dry scaly skin. And mammal, they have hair. And they produce the milk for the young ones. So they give birth to the young ones. So only we will be calling the class Mammalia as viviparous. Viviparous is what? They give birth to the young ones. So that's all about vertebrata, the vertebrates with backbone. So here we are going to study about the class species fish in detail. They live underwater. They breathe throughout gills. Some of them have scales covering their bodies. Fish, which bears the fins, help them to move under the water. They are cold-blooded animals. They are born from the eggs. And next one is class Amphibian. They are very thin and human skin which is present for the protective layer. Transformation throughout their life cycle. They change the breathing method like lungs, gills, skins. They breathe through lungs, gills, skins. They are born from the eggs. They are cold-blooded animals. They live on the ground and water. So only the term amphibia. Amphibia, it means both. They survive both land and water. Next one is class reptile. The longest lived species on the planet. They are cold-blooded animals. The body covered with scales or shell. They cannot chew. They are born from eggs. They live on the ground or in the water. They are like semi-aquatic or semi-terrestrial. Next one is class apes. Example is birds. Body covered with feather. They usually have porous lightweight bones to allow them to fly. They live flying or on the ground. They have wings to fly. Their mouths are toothless beak. They are warm-blooded animal and they are born from egg. And last class is about class Mammalia. We, the top ranking animal, that is the Homo sapiens. They are born alive from the mother. They breathe through the lungs. They live in the water, the air and the ground. They have the body covered by fur and they are considered to be the warm-blooded animals. So that's all about the class species, apes, amphibia, reptilia and mammals. Students, in this session we discussed more about the vertebrata. So what are the important features and what are the class, how they are divided and what are the subclasses present in the class vertebrata. Thank you.